Up feels natural. Down feels wrong. One is framed as progress, the other as decline. But this reaction is not spontaneous. It is arranged, cultivated, quietly reinforced by structure. Open a subscription page. 3 columns appear: Basic, Pro, Premium. The layout seems neutral. It is not. Your eye is drawn to the center, enlarged, brighter, framed, marked most popular. A silent endorsement. The lowest tier sits at the edge, smaller, muted. It exists, but it does not invite. It satisfies fairness. Its presentation discourages choice. This is asymmetry, not force, not crude deception, but arrangement. Upward movement takes 1 click, confirmation, completion. Downward movement requires navigation, searching settings, locating account details, confirming intent, selecting reasons, reviewing losses, accepting reduction. The friction is uneven by design. It favors ascent. It complicates descent. Seneca writes in Letters to Lucilius that the crowd alters us even when we believe ourselves firm. We leave spectacles carrying impulses we did not consciously adopt. Proximity shapes preference. Repetition normalizes excess. The interface is a digital crowd. It signals what others choose. It whispers what is common. And what is common appears safe. We rarely ask whether the common is necessary. Roman society was openly hierarchical. Rank defined access. Rank determined seating. Rank structured visibility. Senators occupied privileged space. Equestrians marked distinction in dress. Architecture reinforced it. Elevated platforms, segregated rows. Seneca moved within this world. He held office. He possessed wealth. Yet he insisted that rank and wealth do not constitute the good. In On the Happy Life, he argues that external advantages are acceptable only if held lightly. They are instruments, not identity. Subscription tiers mirror hierarchy symbolically. Premium offers early access, priority service, badges, signals of distinction. Basic offers function without recognition. The structure implies elevation, comparative worth. Upgrading flatters the ego. Downgrading threatens it, even when function remains sufficient. But Seneca warns that attaching self-worth to externals invites instability. Fortune gives, fortune takes. The wise do not rise with the gift, nor collapse with its loss. The asymmetry sharpens at reversal. Before downgrade, the system lists what you will lose: storage, speed, exclusive tools. The language emphasizes deprivation. It ignores regained simplicity. It ignores savings of attention. Seneca observes that fear magnifies imagined pain. In Letters 13, he explains that anticipation disturbs us more than events. The interface activates anticipation. It directs imagination towards scarcity. You picture inconvenience, limitation, and imagination exaggerates what practice would reveal as minor. In On the Shortness of Life, Seneca sharpens the charge. People guard property carefully, yet surrender their time freely. They postpone reform, delay reflection, live as though years were inexhaustible. Subscriptions automate payment. Renewal is silent. The card is charged. Awareness remains idle. Downgrading requires engagement, usage review, tier comparison, habit adjustment. It costs attention, and so we defer. Next month. After this project. When time allows. Time rarely announces itself. It passes. Renewal follows renewal. The cost accumulates invisibly, not only financially, cognitively. The Stoics call external goods indifference. Some are preferred. Wealth is preferred because it enables action. It eases effort, but it does not secure happiness. A premium plan is a preferred indifferent. It may increase efficiency, remove friction, legitimate preferences. The problem begins when preference becomes dependency, when convenience becomes necessity, when removal provokes disproportionate anxiety. Seneca advises rehearsal. In Letters 18, he recommends periodic simplicity, coarse bread, plain clothing, hard bedding. Not punishment, experiment, calibration of fear. He asks whether this is truly what we dread, whether imagined deprivation matches reality. Downgrading can function as rehearsal. Reduce storage, remove filters, live within constraint briefly. Observe the reaction. If character remains stable, nothing essential was lost. If agitation arises, examine its source. Harm or wounded pride. Dependence rooted in passion is slavery. In Letters 47, Seneca notes that many who command are enslaved by desire. Chains may be invisible. Habit, expectation. If a digital feature cannot be relinquished calmly, examine the bond. Rational reliance or attachment. In On Benefits, Seneca defines true giving. A benefit binds through goodwill. It does not coerce. It does not humiliate. Upgrades are transactions, not gifts. Yet enhancement can feel like favor, privilege granted. Once accustomed, relinquishment feels like falling. Not moral failure. Identity entangled with enhancement. I am a premium member. More than description. A self-concept. When it disappears, the ego resists. Language sharpens resistance. Upgrade implies ascent. Downgrade implies descent. Words carry moral weight, even when describing neutral structure. Seneca insists virtue neither rises nor falls with fortune. The wise remain constant, yet framing persists. Downgrading feels like regression, confession, miscalculation. Shame delays correction. Pride sustains excess. Status anxiety compounds inertia. When others appear elevated, staying elevated feels prudent. No one signals decline willingly. But the Stoic question is simple. Does this serve virtue? Rational action or appearance? Premeditatio malorum extends beyond poverty. Imagine reduced access, simpler tools, fewer advantages. Does justice weaken? Courage erode? Wisdom diminish? If not, the loss is external. External loss is manageable. Internal corruption is not. Modern systems optimize retention. Retention stabilizes revenue. Stability favors asymmetry. Easy ascent. Difficult descent. This is rational corporately. structural personally. The Stoic response is not outrage. It is clarity. See the structure. Name the pressure. Examine the reaction. Freedom is not absence of constraint. It is sovereignty over judgment. The button may be hidden. Ascent is not. When renewal approaches, pause. Review usage honestly. Measure necessity. If elevation serves function, retain it lightly. If it serves vanity, reconsider. Downgrading is harder because ascent flatters ego and descent confronts fear. Difficulty does not imply harm. Virtue alone secures stability.
Wealth fluctuates.
Features change. Platforms evolve. Identity grounded in externals trembles. Identity grounded in character remains steady. Nothing external completes you. No tier defines you. No badge perfects you. Reduction restores proportion. Constraint reveals exaggeration. Loss tests attachment. The system is built upward. Your freedom is inward. You may ascend, you may descend. Neither alters virtue unless you permit it. The question is not whether downgrading is difficult. The question is whether your judgment remains your own.